our makeshift pond.
It's, the dogs like it for drinking.
It was fresh water up until a minute ago.
Maybe a minute ago. 2 geese jumped in and...
I really think that they just look for a place like water just to poop in.
Yeah.
So we set up shop here by our makeshift pond because the geese were being super cute and they were swimming in the pond here.
A little pool.
The pool, yeah. And then they pooped in it and then they left. And now we have the dogs drinking out of it and we have Kinsley doing a butt scoot in the background. So,
Also super cute. Just depends on how you look at it.
keeping it Kraemer.
Oh man. All right. So today was another toasty day.
Yeah, today was hot.
You got up early.
I did. Like I said I was going to. I actually didn't think I was going to wake up early because I was so tired last night by the time I got kick edited and posted.
Yeah.
I was exhausted. And when I woke up this morning, I almost just stayed in bed. I was like, nope, I want to get this landscaping thing done. Are you going to eat that from behind me? Yeah, I'm not going to kiss you. What did I just even think about that for? We'll just get noses close together. We'll call it good. So I got the, what do we call it? The trim, the edging.
The landscape edge?
In place. And get this, I'm not happy with it, but it's going to stay.
Wow.
I know.
I'm impressed.
I'm just so done with it.
Yeah.
And really, once the rock is up against it,
it'll be fine.
When the rock is up against the other places that aren't perfect,
you hardly
it
notice.
looks fine.
Yep.
It's just fine. So it's just going to have to do.
Let it go.
Yeah. I can't constantly. No, don't. It's not Bob for. No.
Bob for poo.
Oh gosh. I can't make this stuff up. I coerced Kinsley to get into the pool this morning.
Not coerced. Coerced is like, isn't that like bad? Like.
Well, I suggested she get in there, and I showed her how. She got in the pool pond, and it was clean water this morning. It was super cute. So she laid down in it, and Winston's looking at her like, either you're crazy or that's brilliant. But Winston wanted nothing to do.
Yeah.
Right. So then Levi and Winston came over and just started drinking from it. So now I think she wants to lay in it, but she sees the poo.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not going to do that.
She's like, it's not clean.
All right. We decided to bring you guys in closer because the pond ain't doing nothing.
Yeah. Nobody needs to see floating turds in the pool.
No. Yeah. All right. So.
It's not the cute that we thought it was going to be.
We were hoping the ducks, I keep calling them ducks, the geese would just frolic the entire time that we're filming Kick. Yeah, just frolic away.
Backstroke.
Yeah, all right, so I did wake up early and I did get the trim done. I started doing some of the nails. I haven't finished all of the nailing down yet, so I can't spread the rock yet.
Okay.
But once the nails are in, then I can scorch and remove the fabric. We can spread the rock.
Yep.
And we can put your stepping stones down. We can get some more raised beds in there.
Yep. That's exciting.
It'll be nice. Be very, very nice. But I didn't stop at that.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
There is more. I was on a roll this morning. Had a little bit of energy. It was actually really nice. Like this morning's weather was really nice. So you know how we had to do trellises?
Yes.
On the two raised beds, the ones with the peas and the cucumbers. Well, I put up the trellises. Hi there. Hi, shenanigans. You want to come sit up on our lap? Breathe really heavy like the dogs do?
Bite the microphone?
Yeah, so it was actually really pretty simple. So the trellises they're 16, well, the cattle panel is 16 feet long, 4 feet tall.
Yep.
Or whatever, wide or whatever you want to call it. The ones that I used weren't the full 16 because our two beds are 20 feet apart, so I couldn't get the trellises. One cattle panel to go between the beds. So we had 2 already pre-cut that are fairly close to the size of the beds. So all I did was I cut 2 2x4s, 2 8-foot 2x4s in half to match the 4-foot tallness of the, am I boring you?
I'm sorry, I had to yawn.
It's fine. Anyway, I cut the
personal.
2x4s in half. So we had 2 4-foot posts, screwed them to the back of the bed.
Yep.
And then just zip tied for now. Is just zip tied the cattle panel on it, and
It works.
it works. So now we just need our cucumbers and the peas to grow up taller and start using them.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, and it looks nice too.
It does look nice.
One's a little bit longer than it should be, but you know what?
You're gonna let it go.
I'm just gonna let it go because I don't want to cut it because we may use it for another thing and may need it to be that length. So it's just gonna have to be one of those things.
Yep. It works.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else did we do today?
Okay, and so then I went inside and I was editing some videos,
Yep.
staying cool inside the RV. And then I got this text message from our neighbor, not Rita and Howie, but Dan and his wife. Dan's the one that came over with the tractor to help us spread the rock and plow that area. And she said that she dropped off more corn at our driveway. Because they had given us corn last Saturday, and it wasn't fully ready.
Yeah, it was just a little too early. It was
And
still good.
It was good, but then they didn't realize that it wasn't quite ready. So she wanted to give us some that was fully mature. So she gave us a whole bag of that. And I said, hey, by the way, if you ever don't want to throw away food scraps, our pigs would love to eat whatever you have. And she's like, well, I'm doing corn right now. I'll have a bunch of corn cobs. I said, yes, I'll come up and get them when you're ready. So a couple hours later, she texted me and she said, corn cobs are ready. So I drove up there and she had this giant 5-gallon, well, basically we could have filled a 5-gallon bucket with corn cobs. And then she had a bunch of scraps from her refrigerator for food that she wasn't gonna eat. And I was just talking to her about other things that she could possibly, keep around. And she's like, well, I have a bunch of lettuce in the garden that's gonna go to seed. I said, yep, we'll do that. So we go out in the garden, we're picking all the lettuce out, and then there's a bunch of cabbage that she had already taken the heads off, but she left all of the...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like, well, I can take all of that cabbage, the cabbage leaves, they'll eat that too. So we got this huge bounty of things to feed the pigs, and I took a video of it, and it's like super cute. Meanie, the bigger one, he went crazy for the peas. She had a bag, just a little bag of peas, and there's peas all over the ground, and he's just like this, 500-pound pig, 450-pound pig, like picking these peas out of the ground. It was crazy, but he was digging the peas.
Yep.
So I don't know if she's going to continue collecting food scraps and let us know when to come pick them up or not, because it's kind of a pain for everybody involved, quite honestly.
Right.
But she's like, it's much better than throwing the stuff away. And,
absolutely.
And she remembers when her parents would just have a slop bucket for their pigs. And she's like, I don't know why I didn't ever think of that for you guys before. I was like, well,
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So there's that. And then came back, continued editing a little bit. And then you jump into the story for the day because you had been working all day.
I had been. I've been in the RV slaving away. But yeah, we decided, since the weather started to kind of cool a little bit, it was still really hot, but it was a little bit more tolerable, and the sun was starting to go behind the trees and lower a little bit. We thought we would go ahead and see if we could unload the tiller from the truck.
Very heavy tiller.
Very, very heavy. And then test it out on the potato garden plot, where we just have about a small little section, about a third of it left, that we could still plant something in. And then we took it up to the big one, the big plot by the barn, to see if it would work and do kind of what we had hoped. And Nate and I are very different on our expectations of this tiller. And I'm like, it's going to be awesome. It's going to till. We're going to have soft soil. Yeah,
on the way home from picking it up, we were talking about how effective this thing is going to be.
Yep.
And she says I'm negative, but I say I'm realistic. I don't say it in the way that she says it right there, but realistic, because that soil was super compacted. Hadn't been touched in 25 years.
Yeah.
Tons of roots in it. I mean, Dan was having a hard time getting his disc through it. So I was like, it's not going to do much. It's not going to do much. Katie's like,
It's going to be awesome.
it's going to be blissful. It's going to mound. It's going to be fluffy.
That's exactly what I said.
Anyway, it was more towards Katie's viewpoint than it was towards mine. It actually did pretty well.
It did really well, yeah.
So we both had our hand in it.
We were pleased with what we were able
Yeah,
to.
I was actually really surprised by how well it did.
Yeah.
We were able to get through quite a few roots.
Yeah.
We hit a couple stumps that didn't do very well with stumps. Hit a couple rocks. It definitely didn't do well with rocks.
But if you could somehow get them kicked up, like if you noticed it was a rock, you were good. But if you didn't notice that you were hitting a rock, it would kind of jam it up a little bit, which is understandable.
But it works.
Yeah.
And for $125,
Yep.
that's a good find. It's not perfect.
Yep.
Throttle doesn't work. The way to turn it off, you have to ground it. It doesn't have a turn off switch. They can fix that, I think. And then when we were using it, a rock got stuck into it, but that's normal operation.
Yeah.
But then also the handle, the things that you squeeze to make it go.
Is that a clutch?
It's the handles for the clutch. It has a cable that then pulls a lever to engage the clutch, and that cable snapped. So we got one full row done.
Yep.
And I tried to start on the second row, and that's when the cable snapped. So
So close.
yeah, so let's have to, hopefully it's an easy fix.
Yeah.
And I found out why the throttle doesn't work. It's not even hooked up. The little lever for the throttle, it's not even hooked up.
Oh.
So I'm
Might be an
hoping
easy
I can
fix.
just put that back on and it'll actually work, but he may have taken it off because it doesn't actually throttle down well.
Oh.
So, but either way,
Or he may have just liked it full speed.
that too. We just don't know. Don't know. So we got a row done. We can start planting something in it.
Yeah.
Kind of exciting.
That is exciting. And we can finish planting that last spot. We're gonna try to plant July and into August for a fall garden, since we really didn't get much of a summer garden, or we're not going to have much of a summer garden because we were so delinquent in the spring. But that's the good part about having a long growing season. You can plant a little bit later and still get some stuff in. So
Do you know what we're going to plant? Did you say already?
Not in the video,
Okay, good.
but I told you.
Well, okay. So are we going to actually do all of the stuff you told me, or just some of the things?
I think it just depends on what we want to do. So you can still plant chard and spinach and summer squash and zucchini and bush beans and
Pumpkins.
pumpkins.
You can't do watermelon, right?
I don't know if you can do watermelon. I'll have to research it. I think it might be a little bit late because we tried to do it later last year and it failed miserably.
Yeah, that's right. It did.
It didn't do well at all, but
Yeah.
I'm willing to throw a couple seeds in. I mean, you know, even if we get one watermelon late in the year, that'd be kind of cool.
We're going to have to put a fence around it.
Yes, we are. So we want to do that and hopefully be able to have some fresh veggies later into the year. You can also still plant some of your brassicas. You can start them inside and plant them in August in our zone. So,
I think we're 7B.
oh, I thought we were 7A.
Oh, are we 7A?
I don't know. That's what I put in, so I guess we'll have to go back and look. I thought we were 7A. But whatever we are, there's still quite a bit you can plant in different areas. And because we probably won't have our first freeze till late into November, most likely.
Yeah, okay, Kinsley, please just lay down.
Yep. So that'll be fun. Well,
Yeah,
Kinsley
very nice.
may.
I want to set up,
lay down.
trying to think of how to put, Kinsley, can you please just come lay down? Come on. Lay down. The issue we're going to have out there, it's farther away than our other stuff, so we can't always stretch a hose out there. So either set up a solar pump to pump from the pond, or set up a catchment system.
Yeah.
Take one of our 50-gallon plastic barrels and then somehow divert water into it.
I wonder if it's as easy as fixing that one little gutter system on the barn, because it already has the stuff coming down.
Yeah, there isn't, well, I don't know how much rain actually collects from the gutters. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we would have to fix the gutters because right now they're all broken, but yeah, I don't know. That's just an option.
Yeah. Or setting up, we have some small pieces of metal roofing. Set that up and just have it drain into a something.
Yep.
But
or the bigger, do what we're doing for the animals and just have to fill up a couple 50-gallon barrels up there. Because we'll definitely have to water it for a while.
Yeah.
It'll be through the hot season, so it'll require a lot more watering. But I'll do grass clippings over it to kind of help with the moisture and stuff, and just make sure I have a really good wet soil that I plant them in. And then I was thinking about trying to pre-sprout the seeds, either using like paper towels or maybe even just get the starts going, just so they have the more moisture and they can get past that hot part, so you don't have as much shock, or you at least know what's going to be germinated. So we'll play around with a couple different things, and I'm sure we'll share what we do and what's successful and what's not successful, because I think that was our biggest thing, is just trying to figure out how late can we plant, what can we plant, and how can we work to get things harvesting more throughout the year without a greenhouse. And then last year we were not successful with any of the summer planting that we did. I don't even think our potatoes were that successful when we tried to replant later into the year. So corn definitely wasn't. So we missed our window for corn, we think. So we'll kind of play around with and see what we can get this year, and as much as we can get to feed the animal, like the squashes and things like that. I think that'll be good.
Yep.
Oh, and you can plant cucumbers again in the summer.
Oh, wow.
Which is interesting. I didn't think you'd be able to do that, but cucumbers and zucchini and squashes are all very large producing crops, so I thought those would be good to have another session of them. Cool.
Sounds good to me.
We'll see.
All right. Yeah. Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. And so this weekend we're gonna try to focus on, Levi's doing a great job. He's spreading rock for us right now.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try to focus on finishing the rock project, the landscape project, at least getting the gravel spread and all of the fabric and everything down where it needs to go. The pavers and steppers and stuff, that's okay if that doesn't get 100% completed, but at least we can get the gravel spread. And then I don't know, and then probably plant. Those are probably our two big things for this weekend.
Yeah, if you're going to pre-germinate, then...
I'm going to do them tonight.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, it's going to be busy.
It's always busy.
Yeah, it's always busy. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm worn out.
I see that.
Yeah, you can probably tell. I just
You just went.
I did. It was like, okay, Katie's talking. Good. I can just
relax.
and sleep. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and
have a great weekend.
Yeah, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.